2. Why some people need constant validation. When self-worth becomes unstable internally, approval becomes emotionally addictive externally. Not everyone seeks validation in the same way. Some people appreciate approval without depending on it emotionally. Others become deeply affected by criticism, rejection, silence, or the opinions of other people. Psychology suggests this difference is often connected to self-worth and emotional history. People who experience excessive criticism, emotional neglect, rejection, or inconsistent affection earlier in life may unconsciously begin depending more heavily on external reassurance. The nervous system learns approval creates safety, rejection creates emotional danger, and over time, validation becomes more than encouragement, becomes emotional regulation. This is why some people constantly seek reassurance from relationships, friendships, social media, work, appearance, or achievement. Because external approval temporarily reduces internal insecurity. For a short moment, the person feels worthy, accepted, important, emotionally safe, but the relief rarely lasts long. And eventually, the mind begins needing validation repeatedly to maintain emotional stability. Psychologists sometimes describe this as contingent self-worth, when self-esteem depends heavily on external reactions rather than internal stability. At that point, criticism feels intensely personal. Silence feels threatening. Disapproval feels emotionally painful. Lack of attention feels like rejection, because the nervous system begins interpreting social feedback as proof of personal value. This is why people who need constant validation often overanalyze messages, tone changes, social reactions, body language, and online responses. The mind becomes emotionally hyper-alert to signs of approval or rejection, not because the person is weak, but because external validation has become psychologically connected to emotional security. Modern social media intensifies this pattern even further. Likes, views, attention, and online approval create small bursts of dopamine inside the brain. And over time, the nervous system can become conditioned to seek external reactions constantly. Psychologists studying social comparison have found that people who rely heavily on external validation often experience higher anxiety, lower emotional stability, and stronger fear of judgment, because self-worth becomes unstable when it constantly depends on other people's opinions. Carl Jung once wrote, "Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves." But many validation-seeking behaviors are not truly about other people. They are attempts to escape internal insecurity, and this creates a painful cycle. The more a person depends on external validation, the less emotionally stable they often feel without it, because confidence built entirely on approval becomes fragile. And perhaps the deepest psychological truth about validation seeking is this: people who constantly seek reassurance are often not searching only for attention. They are searching for emotional confirmation that they are enough. In the next video, we will explore how to stop seeking constant validation,